So as many of you know, the Mario movie has been in the dark for many years. In fact, I made a video about 3 years ago about what my thoughts were about the Mario movie years after the fact, years after Universal and Nintendo announced that they were going to make a Mario movie, and I just thought I don't really remember what my thoughts were, but think I was cautiously optimistic from what I remember. But now the trailer just dropped, and I already watched it. I just wanted to take a closer look at it and analyze it from a fan's perspective, from an animation perspective, with someone that doesn't really know too much about animation. Although I do like it as an art form. So let's just take a look at this trailer and see what we can find from it. So as we can see, this is the beginning of the trailer, and it shows some fire and then something in the background. Oh, this is I don't remember the penguins' names, but they kind of look like those penguins. They look like the penguins from Mario Party minigames, or they're also inspired from the penguins from Mario 64. Or like the Penguin Army or whatever. And it's Bowser's army just coming down just to break loose. Sorry if you weren't able to hear me, but and then here's what I'm assuming is Bowser's airship. Well, it's not his airship, but it's inspired by that, I guess. The head kind of looks like something from Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart Wii, or just one of the Mario Kart tracks. Doesn't Kamek look a little bit Kamek looks a little uncanny to me. I don't know. Some parts of this movie look really good. Some of the character designs look really good. Some of them look a little uncanny. Like I guess it's just a matter of time before we get used to all the characters and their voices. I don't know who voices Kamek. I forgot who voices Kamek. I don't know. I mean, the person in question that was voicing Kamek, I don't know. I don't even know who they were before or now. So I just let's just keep watching these. But I will say, I don't know if these are supposed to be Hammer Brothers or Koopas. I mean, they have the helmet, so I'm assuming it's just a Koopa army, which makes sense. I don't think you would want to blow your load when it comes to having too many Mario enemies. You want to have the most iconic Mario enemies to make sure that everyone understands that this is Bowser's army. But let's keep watching. Although I will say the animation does look really good, especially some of these character designs look really good. I think Bowser looks quite nice. A little different from the games, but that's to be expected. And I'm not even gonna lie, Jack Black's voice so far actually sounds really good. It's not like he's just using his own voice, but he's making a voice to kind of coincide with his voice and Bowser's voice. So that's something I feel like I had a feeling. I wasn't sure what type of voice Jack Black was gonna do for Bowser, but so far not too bad. Sorry if I didn't put that full screen. And these are the penguins from a Mario game I don't remember. Probably Mario 64. They kind of look like the penguins from 64. And is there anything else to know?
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
I'm gonna be honest. If you didn't tell me Jack Black was voicing Bowser, I honest to God I would have not caught it if it wasn't for the fact Nintendo just dropped the voice cast on us over a year ago. Jesus Christ, it's been so long. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's keep going.
I finally found it.
Oh, here's the thing. I didn't even notice. I was kind of in and out of watching the teaser trailer, because I was DMing a friend that was also watching the direct. We weren't on a call or anything, but we were also making our comments about what we liked and didn't like briefly, but I decided to give myself a little bit more of a rundown to myself, and potentially if I ever want to upload this video, which may not happen.
Now who's gonna stop me?
Okay, that part, if I heard that part as Jack Black, I'm pretty sure I would have been like, yeah, maybe it's him. But at least it doesn't, at least he's not stop putting He's not just using his regular voice, he's putting on a voice, but I've already repeated that so many times. And these shots look really good. The mushrooms look very detailed, although they still have a bit of a cartoony edge, which I do prefer. Although the weird thing is, all the characters so far that we've seen, they look more in tune with how they look in the games. Toad, Bowser, his minions, the Penguin, and their minions. It seems like they're more in line with the games. Mario seems like he's kind of a mishmash. I mean, I did see the leak of Mario's face from Connor Eats Pants, like the Connor Eats Pants Discord when that was leaked a couple days ago, and I did see the design. And I thought, I'm not. It could have looked much worse, but I don't know if I like it all that much. So far, it'll probably grow on me, and I'll probably get used to it. And let's keep watching. The squash and stretch though is actually is outstanding. I actually do like the squash and stretch in Mario right now. Opinions on his design? Okay, so if you look at the shot of Mario, his eyes do look a little smaller. His M looks a little bit different. I mean, it's a little more. Here's the thing. You know what it reminds me of? Now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of those Family Guy parody skits. I don't know if anyone has watched those back in the day. Where, let me see if I can find it. I know exactly what video I'm thinking of. It kind of reminds me of this. Kind of reminds me of this in a way. Although this is an official product, and Miyamoto was heavily involved with the project, so there was no way Illumination was gonna take huge liberties with Mario's design. Although it'll take some getting used to. I don't think it looks terrible. It's competent, but honestly, a big when I first heard Illumination was when I first heard Illumination that they were going to be helping make this movie. I thought Mario was going to be more in tune with either the more cartoony side of Illumination with the Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, Minions, and stuff like that, and the Mario design, since Nintendo had a heavy involvement in it because Nintendo has a studio now, an animation studio. I believe it's called Nintendo Studios. It used to be called Dynamo Studios, but now it's been renamed to Nintendo Studios. What's it called? I swear it was on Wikipedia. Let me just. Anyway, it's somewhere out there that so Nintendo has. Oh, it's Nintendo Pictures, not Nintendo Studios, might be. Nintendo Pictures. That's my bad. It's Nintendo Pictures, not Nintendo Studios. It was formerly Dynamo Pictures, but now it's Nintendo Pictures. So, now that Nintendo has their own studio for making movies, that means that they were able to put their hand into this Mario film, which, okay, so if we keep moving on to this trailer. Yeah, so certain shots of Mario here look pretty good. I mean, his hair. I really want to see what his hair looks like without his hat. I'm really curious to see what it'll look like, but we're gonna have to see. Hopefully, we can see his full head of hair. We'll have to see.
What is this place?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so I was. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, I am wondering what role Charles Martinet is gonna be playing in this movie, because if he's not playing Mario or any of the other characters, any of the other mainline characters, where I've heard people say different things about where Charles Martinet is gonna be in the movie, but I don't know we're gonna have to get used to this voice. We'll get used to it. It's just the main reason why I feel like so many people are not down with this voice. Well, A, because Chris Pratt is just using his regular voice from what I can tell, and B, Mario's voice and design, and just Mario in general, hasn't really changed since the late 90s, early 2000s. It's been about 20 years since Mario has, almost 20 or more, 20 plus years since Mario has not changed next to none. So this is probably a little off-putting, especially since this is being co-produced by an American studio, and it doesn't have a hand in draconian the draconian Japanese company known as Nintendo. So
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine.
okay, so Toad. So we already saw this in the poster that was teased a couple days ago. Toad looks perfectly fine. It looks exactly how I would imagine Toad in a movie. People were saying that it may be because Toads are part of the Mushroom Kingdom, Peach is part of the Mushroom Kingdom, so they'll have a little bit of a different look versus Mario, since people are assuming the story may be about Mario coming from a regular place or the real world, and then he just stumbles upon the Mushroom Kingdom. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll have to see. But isn't Mario? This is a little off topic. Isn't Mario in the games? Wasn't he born in the Mushroom Kingdom? I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure he was. Yeah, I'm not sure if that is the case, but I'm pretty sure he was born in the Mushroom Kingdom. But this is its own thing. It's if that is the case, I don't think it will be. But anyway, let's just keep moving. Oh.
Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
I like, oh yeah, a little bit on the logo. I like how the logo kind of has a bit in hand. It looks a little bit like the Super Mario Brothers movie logo back in the 90s that I wasn't alive for because I'm a fetus. And the Mario logo over here looks exactly how a Mario logo looks in all the other Mario games, so no problems here. Colorful, distinct. It has its own flavor. Exactly what we expect from a Mario logo, so that's good by me. Okay, so if we look at the cast list, I'm just curious to see who plays Kamek. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Kevin Michael Richardson that plays Kamek. Hold on. Excuse me for my terrible sounding keyboard. I've actually pre-ordered a keyboard about 7 months ago, and it still hasn't come in. So it is what it is. So
Yamato-san.
okay,
Will be
so
Toad. This is a death row who has been involved.
no, I think I've fast forwarded it a little bit too much.
Sibling of eight by talent, and yet
Come on,
only
does it not go
Even though
through
by
the
Seth
extras?
who has voiced Nintendo characters in our games over the years is also involved and will be appearing in surprise cameos in the movie.
Oh, here we go. Crap, are you kidding me? Okay, you know what? Mario movie 2023. Okay, where's the view all? Yeah, okay, so it is Kevin Michael Richardson that's playing Kamek. And oh yeah, there's also been talks about Foreman Spike being in the movie, which is kind of interesting. We'll see hopefully we'll see other Mario characters that make an appearance in this movie. Probably. I mean, we already saw a bunch of minions and stuff like that. Well, they're not really characters. They're just more for plot, world building, or not world building, but setting up the movie. They're not really for a character. They're not really for arcs or anything like that. They're not really there to develop. They're not really there for their arcs, or they're not really there for the filmmakers to develop their arcs. They're just there for filler. And Luigi. Okay, so the dry bones look great. the ambiance of this shot looks pretty good. I like it. Luigi, kind of. Well, we don't know much about this movie still. I mean, we're kind of still left in the dark because it's only a teaser trailer. But Luigi still, I think Luigi looks fine. And his character so far, it seems like it's kind of in line with how, kind of looks in line with how we know him in the games. Okay, so this shot right here, it'll take some time to get used to. His voice, I think, is perfectly fine as of now. I'm not too familiar with Charlie Day's work. All I know is that he doesn't sound much like Luigi, or at least well, then again, Charles Martinet doesn't sound like any of the Mario characters. He just makes a voice for all of them. But I'm assuming it's Charlie Day's regular voice that he's using. But man, it's gonna be a journey. I honestly, it's been, I wonder when the Mario movie was first announced. I think back in 2017. So it's gonna be about 6 years from when we first heard about it up until it finally comes out. And on top of that, Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios. Yeah, I think it was around 2015 when it was announced. And yes, there's Super Nintendo World in Japan, but Japan is not allowing. They're not allowing foreigners to my knowledge. So anyone that lives outside of Japan just has to wait until the Hollywood Super Nintendo World comes out. That's the problem. That's the one I'm probably gonna go to. Going to Japan would be cool, but just not now. Just not now. I don't think they're ready to have people outside people that don't live there to visit. They don't want visitors right now, so it is what it is. And plus, going to a place like that would be kind of expensive, and from where I live, going to the U.S. would be a lot more accessible, a lot easier, and I just want to experience Super Nintendo World as is, and I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty much the same as it is in Japan versus Hollywood. Japan versus Hollywood, but I first heard about Super Nintendo World opening to Orlando when I was in Orlando, because I went with my family a couple years ago, actually, right before COVID ended the whole world. COVID was a thing at the time. It was late 2019, early 2020, and we decided to go to Orlando. We were just having a meet with one of the, I don't know what you call it. I was half asleep anyway. We were just having a talk with one of the employees. They were just chopping up about the place that we were staying at or whatever. Anyways, I just remember on one of their PowerPoint slides or whatever, on their iPad or tablet, that they had Mario and Universal. I'm like, yeah, I already knew this, but I knew it was coming to. I already knew way well before it was coming to the U.S. But it said I think the Orlando version of Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World, is coming out. I think it's coming out 2023. Actually, I'm not sure. I thought it was 2023, or maybe that's 2020. Maybe that's for Hollywood. I think it's 2024 for Orlando, but Super Nintendo World. Orlando. I'm just opening date. I don't think it's confirmed, but yeah, 2025. Okay. Hey, the more time the merrier. Just more time to think about it, and plus we don't want to be rushed. We don't want people to rush the attraction. I think honestly, just going to Hollywood would probably be a better idea. Plus, it'll probably open a little sooner. Yeah, early 2023. That's according to this source. So honestly, I can't imagine how long the lines would be though. Oh dear God. Lines at Universal and amusement parks like that are already pretty bad. I can only imagine how insane they would get with all the incels, all the geeks coming out just wanting to go to Super Nintendo World. Me included, not the incel part, but the geeky part, yeah. And there's not much else to note for the trailer. We just gotta wait until more info is released, and this is almost a 20-minute video. I don't know if I'm gonna edit this or upload this, but if I do, then it is what it is. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side.